Today we're going to continue talking about the digestive system, specifically the stomach. In this video, you'll learn about the structures in the stomach and the substances produced by the cells in the stomach that aid in digestion. So, first, let's talk about the anatomy of the stomach. The stomach is a muscular sac with thick walls. It continues the processes of mechanical and chemical digestion. And there are four main regions of the stomach. There's the cardiac region, the fundus, the body, and the pyloric region. And I've labeled those in the image here. So the digestive system has thick rings of muscles at certain points called sphincters. And these serve as gatekeepers to allow food to enter and leave at the appropriate times. The stomach allows food to enter through the cardiac sphincter and leave through the pyloric sphincter. The cardiac sphincter separates the esophagus from the stomach, and the pyloric sphincter separates the stomach from the small intestine. So here's where the cardiac sphincter would be, and here's where the pyloric sphincter would be. All right, now let's talk about mechanical digestion in the stomach. So the stomach has a slippery layer of serosa, followed by 3 layers of muscle. There's longitudinal muscles, circular muscles, and oblique muscles here. These muscles help to churn food and propel it towards the small intestine. The churning process is called maceration. So there are the longitudinal muscles, the circular muscles, and the oblique muscles. Now, the innermost layers of the stomach are made of what are called submucosa and mucosa, and you can see those labeled in this image. So if we take a small piece of the stomach here and look at it, we would see a layer called the mucosa and then another layer called the submucosa. So the folds of the mucosa are called rugae, which just means wrinkles. And these stretch when the stomach is full. So you can kind of see these little wrinkles here. Those are called rugae. Okay, now let's talk about chemical digestion in the stomach. So the mucosa layer contains several specialized gastric gland cells. There are the mucus cells, and they secrete mucus to protect the lining of the stomach. There are chief cells. These secrete pepsinogen, which is an inactive enzyme. There's parietal cells. These secrete hydrochloric acid to kill microbes in food and convert pepsinogen into digestive enzyme pepsin, which breaks down proteins. And the soupy mixture that's formed from the squeezing of the stomach and the addition of these gastric juices is known as chyme. So those are the 3 gastric juices there that I've listed on this slide. And you can identify the some of the cells here. So chief cells and parietal cells would be in this area. And this area where you see kind of kind of looks like a valley would be the gastric pit. And then these folds, those are the rugae. So this layer here is the mucosa, and then the next layer below it you have the submucosa, and then you have those muscles that we talked about, the longitudinal, circular, and oblique layers. So to sum up, the stomach is made of 3 muscular layers and an outer layer of serosa. During maceration, the stomach churns the food and gastric gland cells, and they add chemicals and enzymes, leading to the formation of chyme